Hello people of the web and YouTube dude girl, welcome back to Tempest. Anyway guys, previously when I tried to get Tempest to work, I couldn't get it to work. That was like 1 or 2 years ago, and finally I had a breakthrough. Well, I should say one of you guys had a breakthrough with this project. Now with that said, I want to give credit where credit's due. Thanks to Xmotion XClan, I was able to get this working. With me and him both working on this, we have figured out what the core issues are with this program and why it doesn't seem to install or compile on certain machines. So be prepared, I'll make a better tutorial video later on how to get this all working and what you should look out for if the program ceases to not compile correctly. But yeah, with that said, if you want to get started with this project right away, I will be sure to leave down below his tutorial or his guide that he made on how to install and set up Tempest and how to get everything working. It's very comprehensive, and without it, I'm pretty sure today's video wouldn't even have been possible. But yeah, with that said, let's get to this thing. First of all, to fire up Tempest, once we compiled the make file, all you have to do is just type in java-jar jtempest.jar. And before I hit enter on that, I just have to turn on my SDR dongle. And speaking of the SDR dongle, that's another point of issue with this software. You want to get the right DLL for your SDR. If you have a hackrf, you want to look for the hackrf.dll file that you would need to make this run. But if you have a normal RTL SDR, one of the cheap ones like I got, you may have to go a little bit soul searching for that extio RTL file. Now in my case, I got it from a very, it's a very kind of obscure site, but I will be linking it down below if you guys want to check it out. Maybe your DLL file will be located there. But yeah, with that said, the program is up and it seems to not be working right now, so give me a second while I try to figure this out. And I think I figured it out. Okay, so you have to load that file up every time it seems, and you have to tune it every time it seems. So I'm gonna just set RTL AGC on, which will boost my signal a little bit, and I'm gonna need that considering my antenna is a good 3-4 feet away and it's aimed up at the sky and not at my computer. It's gonna need all the sensitivity it can get, so I'm just gonna select that and hit close. And from here, my screen should start as soon as I hit start. Now to actually find your screen with this software, it does take a little bit of finesse and fine tweaking. Now if you go back to my previous video, I have a pretty self-explanatory guide, I should say, on how I managed to find the frequency of my monitor just by playing some simple images and listening to the sound in SDR sharp. But yeah, with that said, once you get the signal of your monitor, the image quality is not that bad, especially since I have this antenna 3-4 feet away like I said, and aimed up at the sky for capturing, well, satellite imagery. And I have to say, this is astounding me. Like, I don't even understand how this is working, just because it shouldn't be the way my antenna is set up. It's nuts. Anyway, let me go and actually move that antenna to see if we can get a little bit of a better image. I am aware that this does not give you the greatest of images because you are just collecting the electromagnetic radiation from the monitor and basically recompiling it into an image, so there are going to be some losses heavily on the end result, and I'm kind of expecting that, but I think I can actually boost this a little bit more, and I'm hoping I can, because I plan on actually shrinking this attack down. I plan on actually fitting it all in a backpack and remote controlling it with my smartphone. That way I can just place the backpack down near someone's monitor and basically take a look at their monitor without even being in the same room, which would be really cool. Now, like I said, the image quality isn't great, as you can see, but it gives you enough of an idea to let you know what that person's doing. As you can clearly see in this little video here, I'd blow it up, but it would mess everything up. I'll just give you guys an idea. It kind of force feeds back on itself. But yeah, as you can see here, I got, I'll zoom in and editing. You can see the 3 windows I got open, which is actually pretty sweet. And in a way, it kind of follows the window around depending on where you put it. You can actually glitch the software out. But yeah, overall, that is amazing, and give me a second while I move the antenna to see if we can clear that up a little more. Well, I'm back. That's really peculiar. I don't know if antenna direction has anything to do with the image and how it gets distorted, but it seems to be that if I have the antenna facing more or less towards instead of away from the screen, it kind of flips everything around, but it is definitely getting clearer, and I'm hoping I can boost it a little bit more by fine-tuning the knob, because I want to at least be able to make out some images when I pull an image or two up here in a minute. Alright, I'm gonna stand up for a minute, so sorry if the audio gets a little bit distorted or muffled. I'm just gonna walk around with this antenna and give you guys a kind of the idea of where I'm having this thing, and later on I'll take a picture of how far away or how close it is before we start to lose image quality. But yeah, with that said, here I go. Alright, so it seems to work pretty good about 3 foot away in my case, and I haven't even messed with the knobs yet. The knobs really affect this thing because there's like a filter on this antenna. That seems to be the best option right there. Well, you know what guys, this might be the best I can get it for right now because I don't really have a place to set down the antenna, but it seemed to definitely work better from under my bed about 4 foot away. However, if I do get closer with it and I do kind of aim the antenna the direction it's meant to be aimed, it kind of reverses and flips the image around, as you can see right now. It's kind of freaking out all over the place, but I'm sure you can fix that within software. Because as you can see here on the screen, there is a image adjustment where you just basically adjust the image. It's kind of like an old CRT kind of would do, I think. I don't really know. It works kind of like old TVs, and this device was actually originally meant for old TVs, so I guess it kind of makes sense. But yeah, as you can see, the actual software itself doesn't have many options. You basically select a resolution, and then you go from there and try to actually pick out the monitor's frequency. Like I said, the easiest way for this would be to pull up that YouTube video with that to test the Tempest effect out with, and then search for the frequency in SDR sharp. However, if you have enough tenacity and actually get to know this tool a little bit more, there are automatic searches, so you could probably search for the frequency in here, or you could just research the monitor up online and get the info that way, because I do believe this info for whatever monitor you use is relatively easily available. But yeah, back to the image thing that I was talking about a few minutes ago. Sorry, I keep going off track. I just keep walking off to adjust this antenna, and I kind of forget where I'm at. This is why I don't normally do videos like this. But yeah, with that said, as you can see, I got a picture of my boy Knuckles here, and if I zoom it in, you can really make out that image there. You can definitely see that's a Knuckles, and that's coming from straight up SDR. There's no trickery here. This is the Tempest effect. And if you can portabilize this, actually fit it in a backpack, this could be a pretty incomprehensible attack. You would not be able to block this unless you tinfoiled up your monitor or had some kind of dampening solution, which I doubt many businesses would go through the effort of doing. But yeah, with that said, this is where I kind of leave this video off, guys. If you want to see me try to miniaturize this and get it working, I'll try to actually port it over to my Surface tablet, and I'll try to get one of my DIY antennas I made and hook it up to the backpack, actually using the antenna itself as the backpack strap. I have a feeling it will work out great. That's only if I can get the software ported over. As of right now, I've only successfully got this to install once on here. But yeah, with that said, have fun with this tool because it's really cool, and I have a feeling you may want to make a few backups of this before the tool gets pulled. I have a feeling this will be abused later on in the future, but who knows, it may stay up for a really long time, it may not, I don't know. But yeah, with that said, like I said, I'm gonna leave this off here now. DTPK signing off, peace. I like this mission so far because it's fairly easy, because I could just look for smoke, and I think all you really gotta do is provide 5 volts to the potentiometer on one of the legs, and then on the